Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for August the 10th through the 16th, 2015. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath. And they want you to release any suffering, anything that's causing you to have any kind of anxiety or anguish. They're kind of indicating that they're showing me a bed. So I'm seeing these two symbols together. When I see a cross, it's my symbol for, suffering or struggling. And the two symbols together reminds me of the Four of Swords. And so what you may be encountering is a couple of things that are coming to my mind. So this is not typically a card about dreams, but they're just showing me someone sleeping. So I'm getting a feeling that, firstly, that in this week you may need to relax a bit, take a break from some of the things that you've been working on, especially if you feel like you're struggling, okay, with something, or you've been wrestling with something. And, or they're showing me like a tidal wave, not a big one, but it's the first time I'm seeing it. So the word that came to my mind when I saw it was maybe if you're feeling just like things are just kind of overwhelming you, or that things are kind of taking over, and as they show me this again, it's almost like there is a flow moving, a momentum occurring for you, and what you need to do is let it do the work. So a part of what I'm starting to get a sense from them is that they're writing the word love. And what I feel is that there's a new wave moving through. So in the ascension process, a new wave is coming through. And what you have to do, you can't resist it, okay? You just have to ride it out. You have to not be afraid of the changes that you're experiencing. You have to be, you have to trust. Sometimes we have to surrender. We have to just kind of let things go where they're going to go. Like you may have been trying to, battling with situations and trying to control them, and there's a feeling I'm getting of like all these a pipe bursting, and they're bursting all over the room, and you keep trying to patch them up, and you're running here and there, and because you're afraid of the outcome. And the thing is that, as this one phrase I read somewhere in an image, it said, sometimes you have to let things fall apart in order for them to fall together again. So don't be afraid, because there's no true mistake that you can make right now. And remember that no matter what choices you make that you may fear making, remember there's always a choice always offers many other choices. This is the continuum of how our lives work. And it's the ego who keeps trying to convince you of the concept of failure, as if you're stuck, or there is an ending. Keep in mind that for the ego, life or ending or death is something that's always imminent. It's always coming. This is how because this frequency was introduced into our consciousness all right, and has become a part of our experience in this dimension that we die. So, but the reason is for this is because the ego is so a consciousness of fear that it only believes in lack and limitation. So therefore, it would place that on life or experiences, and always feeling that this is it. That, like, if you don't get it right now, there is no other chance. But that's the ego. Your source consciousness is all about solutions, unlimited, unconditional. So if you tap into your source consciousness, you will understand that there are choices always, and plenty of them, and opportunities and chances. We just have to stay tapped in, tuned into them, because in your vortex of creation, there are infinite things numerous things that you have created. And they're showing me right now a ship, and I'm hearing the phrase, your ship is coming in. And I feel like I'm looking at a movie screen. So the thing is, this is what you've created. This is your film. This is your life. You're running it. And so the things that are coming through for you are because you created it. You're the director of your film. And so, but they're giving me a sense that your ship is coming in. They're showing me a little ship. And so don't be alarmed. Just sit back, relax in this week. Allow things to flow, knowing that the universe sees the big picture and has placed you on that path for you to reach that goal. Have no fears or doubt about this. And God, I'm seeing the word God. And so God is letting you know that He is holding, as He's still showing me this movie screen, that He's holding the big picture, the prize, the rewards, the solutions. He never takes his focus or attention off of this, because there is nothing else for Him that is real outside of it, outside of your perfection, outside of your joy and your peace. So as long as this is held for you by God infinitely and unconditionally, know that all you have to do, as He's showing me the third eye, is tap into your Holy Spirit, tap into your higher consciousness, and you will have complete access to what He knows and the peace that comes with that and the assurance. Okay, so let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. And so just going back to that concept of what I saw in the beginning, and that Four Swords kind of idea. Also, this means meditation, okay? So this is a time for you to meditate so that you connect with that frequency of vibration within you that you have access to, that represents your divine source. The reason for this now is because we need to we need to integrate. So it's like now, like on my computer right now, I'm just got my new Windows update, and I was waiting for it. It didn't come on the day, and this is significant to us as we understand the ascension process. Our awakenings, like this upgrade, which is like an upgrade, is not going to happen. The rollout is not going to happen all at once, because the entire planet could not contain all of that energy. If each star being coming through like at once, it would all implode. So it has to be rolled out, just like the network. Windows couldn't roll it all out at the same time, or the network would just probably just collapse. So they have to roll it out in stages. It doesn't mean that someone else is ahead of you or being preferred over you. Like, doesn't mean that God prefers you first, or you're special. We're all equally special. And so the thing is that you're just ready, and this was your point for you to be the access point to anchor in the first wave of awakening. And your own awakening will influence others' awakening who may have never been working as hard as you or I have, and will probably advance far beyond you. But the point of this is that we now we have the upgrade. It's like sitting there and it's waiting for us to open it. But what we have to do is we have to in order to have access to this, we have to like the start button, we have to begin with meditation so that we can bring this frequency in a sustainable way so that you're training yourself to always go and rely on your compass, the compass of your heart, your higher consciousness, for guidance, so that you're not weighing the pros and the cons with the ego consciousness, because that kind of thinking, we all think it's very logical, but that's ego still. You need to center in your heart consciousness, which just knows the right way for you. It's not focused on right and wrong. It's just focused on the right way, the best way. And so we need to tune into that. And as the meditation is going to be very, very important. And what I kind of do when I'm meditating, I all of a sudden hear this very high pitched frequency of vibration. Sounds maybe like the fluorescent lights, that little high pitched sound that it makes in a room, or when a room is very quiet and you kind of hear that. And so or it feels like it's in the crown of my head, or whenever I go in, I hear this kind of sound. And what you need, they've been telling me all this week, is that this is like a frequency that clears your energy, like combing out your hair, combing out everything that doesn't belong there, the debris. And then the download will begin for the activation of your higher consciousness to become integrated with the platform of your operating system, your heart, your soul. And so this is very important, because this will help the programming of the source consciousness remove or kind of upgrade, or kind of bring the ego platform into oneness with it, so that it will not be this separate entity that's out there having that is paranoid and suspicious, etc. So please, please begin meditating. If you're already a meditator, then don't just do your meditations where you work, but just sit and listen to that frequency, or however it comes to you, and allow yourself to get cleared, and then to start getting the downloads. Okay? All right. So let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. All right. I'm sorry, this is the card for the theme of the week, and this is the Archangel Ariel. And the card says, spread your wings. She says, do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect, and you are ready to soar. Okay. And what I'm getting a feeling of is that what you need to do in this week, as that wave comes through, and I don't think this wave is negative, I think it's going to be a positive momentum, that you just need to spread your wings. So think of it as like a wave of wind, like the wind beneath your wings, and just ride that. Don't be afraid of the wind that's supporting you and carrying you and guiding you. Go with that energy. All right. So just allow, surrender. Don't worry about all the pieces before you are shown them. When the angels may say to you, let's for instance, if they say, look for a new location, they didn't say you have to move. They didn't say drop everything you're doing and get in your car, pack your bags, and move. They said, look. And so what I want you to do is stay with the guidance that you're given. Many times what we tend to do is go way ahead, and we start thinking about all the things that we're afraid of, because that's the ego. And all they said was, look. There's no harm in looking. And there's a reason why they give you simple directions rather than complex ones, because they know if you go look, well, somebody may be there that may give you, you may connect with, that may take care of all the other pieces that you could become afraid of, and that person will be there. Or it's just to get you started. So it's just like when you're reading directions on a test, pay attention to the verb and then what follows it, and directions. So don't get ahead of yourself, okay, in that regard. So just go with the flow in this week. Just open your arms, spread your wings, and know that you're ready. They wouldn't put this momentum there, for you, this wave, if you weren't ready. And if it comes to you in your life this week, be prepared to just surrender, open your arms, and take the steps that you are shown. Don't start conjuring up other things and then you start to read the directions wrong. And that's how some people feel that they fail tests, because they don't know how to read the directions. So listen to the guidance like you would read directions, and follow them specifically. Don't go adding more to it. Let me just tune in and see if there are any additional messages here from Archangel Ariel. And this is kind of interesting. I've never seen this before, but it's almost like she's showing me, like the lifeguard seat, how it's high up, but this is like a couch and it's sitting up very high like a lifeguard. So the sense I get is that what she's trying to say is you're going to be completely safe. They're going to have you so high up in a very comfortable place where you'll be able to watch the action happening. So there's a sense that you'll be able to see things happening and that you won't feel very afraid, actually. Your worries and concerns are going to be alleviated even if they come up or pop up, because you're going to see the wave coming, and you're prepared. It's like, because that's like similar to the lifeguard. So you have the training actually to take care of anything that comes up. And the angels want you to know, because they're writing the number 405, and 4 is about the angels supporting you, and 5 is about changes, and 0 is about God. And so there's a sense that God and the angels are in this situation with you, and the changes, they're protecting you and watching over you while you're making these changes and while you're going through them. So you have nothing to worry about, as they show me. It's the angel number 6, okay? And especially they're showing me the number 8. If you have any concerns about your finances or the risk that you may be taking financially, that's covered too, okay? All right, let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. And oh my goodness, can you believe this? We have the same card again in the same position at the beginning of the week. Happy change. And the wheel. So this is 2 weeks in a row. So that means that the wheel is turning. The wheel is turning. That momentum I was talking about, that wave is coming through. And it's going to bring, as this guardian angel card says, tarot card says, a happy change. Okay? Let me just tune in. And what I'm kind of hearing is that you are now attracting from the position of your source. You're attracting from the position of your source. So you've come more into an alignment with your source. And so the changes that you are seeing reflected in outwardly are a result of this. And this is what I'm getting from them. And so you're going to start to see, they're showing me some things manifesting for you. I'm getting a sense of, concerns about money are going to begin to fade, or signs are start to blend in that give you a little sense of comfort, okay, that these things are going to happen. I'm being shown this is going to be a very nurturing period for you that's coming up, where you're going to feel extremely nurtured, or others, you will be nurturing others. They're just showing me, my symbol for nurturing is when I see breasts, and if they're covered like in a bra, then this means that you have support and nurturing. And so I'm just seeing just like the circle of angels, the same thing. So very good sign for this week. I'm going to go on. I'm not going to read the message on the card, but hopefully you have had a chance to, had this card before, and so I just want to go forward and look at the next card. Okay, and so for the middle of the week, we have Messenger of Abundance, and this is the page in the traditional tarot. This is the Guardian Angel Tarot, and this card, okay, definitely supports what we're just saying about, news about financial promotions. It could be a promotion or some kind of exciting news that you're gonna, something that's starting up for you. So I get a sense that you're gonna get a new start financially, just especially next to this card that things are gonna shift for you and kind of open up for you, even with this spread your wings card. So an opportunity may come to you that will allow a shift to begin, okay? A shift to begin financially for you. Don't weigh the pros and the cons here, okay? Because that's your ego, wasting time. Can't say it any other way. That's what the ego does. It just wastes time. It wastes enough time till it gets you distracted enough that you kind of miss the boat, so to speak. And this time you're not going to miss the boat, because you're going to see what your ego is doing because of this, the higher consciousness taking over the helm now, the change of God from ego. You're going to see your ego's little scheme, and you're going to be like, sorry, I don't have time for this, okay? And they're showing me you picking up that boat like a child toy, and you're gonna run with it. So you're gonna be in your power. You're not gonna miss the boat. You're gonna actually pick it up and run with it. Okay, the card says, wonderful news regarding your career. A new job, a promotion, or acceptance into an excellent school comes into your life. You might feel ready to do something that's challenging and fulfilling. The situation may involve someone who's fun to be around and sometimes mischievous. This person, who may be you, is youthful, optimistic, and very clever. Okay, so this card just shows, and it's interesting because in the middle of last week we had the Messenger of Thought, which is, the Page of Swords. And so we've had two cards with messages, messenger pages. And these cards usually will represent someone young, or someone who's in, we want to say, a primary stage of their life. So it could be, the initial just emerging, okay, haven't reached that level of proficiency, but you're emerging. So this is definitely indicating that your finances and some of your material needs will start to emerge, as I was just saying a little bit earlier, into your life. Okay, let's take a look at the card then for the end of the week. And we have another court card. And so you may also want to consider, with these cards, a personality, part of your personality that you need to look into, or a way of being. That we have two court cards that could represent, people, or could represent you, that may also come into your life that you may want to pay attention to. So, someone here who's an earth sign, Virgo or Capricorn or Taurus. With this card, the air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and or like I said, it may represent an attitude or position that you may want to take. So definitely in the middle of the week, you want to be open to and ready to learn and to experience new things and to go for them and try them out. You can handle that. And then let's take a look at the guardian of thought, which is the king of air. So this is someone who, because the air signs, one thing I've noticed about them is they're very articulate, good with languages, very, very clever with their words. So the guardian of thoughts could be someone who is like has the ability of speaking or communicating, maybe someone like a professor, or a spiritual teacher giving a workshop or something like this. So let me just take a look at this card, and the message on here says, you may be called to be a spokesperson for a cause close to your heart. Your angels will give you the perfect words, and you'll do brilliantly. You may be asked to be a mentor and find one yourself. This situation involves someone who's professional with a positive attitude and fresh ideas. The person could be you, may be emotionally unavailable. Okay, so that's because they're always kind of in their head and very clever and sharp, and so then the air signs don't tend to be too emotional, or they have a certain kind of detachment. But maybe this requires you to kind of not allow yourself to get caught up in, distracted by drama around you, and that you may need to be a little bit more detached, and you also may need to, be someone who can share or offer wisdom or guidance to others. Or you may want to look for someone who can help you kind of sift through things and to just see, stick to the facts and focus on what the truth is. And I'm getting a sense of too, be clear about what your heart is communicating to you. Be very clear. Don't play in those gray areas of your mind. Really stay crystal clear about your intention is one of the things I'm getting about this card. Let me just tune in to see if there are any additional messages that's coming. Okay, and so they're kind of showing me a divine hand, a finger rather, kind of coming down from the branches of the tree. And the connection point of the trunk of the tree is a little thin, but the branches are full. And something is coming down. So this finger coming down, it's not in judgment, but it may be to help point you towards something. So you may feel that for the weekend that you're almost feeling like clear about something that you've been working on, or you're feeling like that something that the universe is pointing something out to you. And in order to help you, because the tree kind of looks a little fuzzy, so in order to help you get your connection back, in order to help you to find clarity where you were feeling where things were not very clear or sort of ambiguous in some way, but it's going to be clear, so just look out for that. So on that day, again, going back to that first image, meditate and don't push. There's a feeling that there's a momentum here, but if you try to work against it, you're going to create a lot of resistance, so you really need to just go with the flow. Okay? All right. And just notice those signs that are just coming to you from the universe, very clear. All right, and here we have the card, which is normally the strength card in the tarot. And so what I'm getting a sense from here is that you need to really be clear, and not allow yourself to use your power in a way that you try to control things, but you rely more on your soul's strength and knowing rather than brute force. Okay, so don't try to force things. Don't try to push to make things happen. Going back to that first image we saw, just go with the flow. Okay, really go with the flow. And so this is the underlying theme, and kind of bringing it back again from our first part of the reading. So just really, really, this is about now finding that inner balance. And when I was talking about how that ego, that sort of primitive aspect of us is going to start to come into the under the guidance of your higher consciousness, and you're going to find that this is going to give you a whole new tool of discernment where you can see things ahead, and you will react and feel more like the cat, more independent. Like, you're able to take care of yourself. You have a certain kind of confidence. So, but this requires you to meditate, to build in this practice, build in this relationship with your higher consciousness, your source. Okay, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings in this week. And I thank you all for your comments here on Facebook and the likes and your subscriptions here, as well as for joining us on Facebook for the daily card messages. And if you have not yet done so, joined us on Facebook, then please look in the description links below. And there you will have the description link to my website if you would like to get an angel reading, or work with me in the Divine Roadmaps course, where we can help you expand your own guidance and learn practices for that, and help you also with trying to follow your path towards your dreams. And so you can go there, theangelschool.com. But please join us on Facebook for the daily card messages. And I send you all lots of love and angel blessings in this week. And may God be with you all. And may you know that the force of your source is with you always. Until next week, God bless you.